Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Bricks. This is episode 171. It said traffic was unexpectedly high tonight in the StreamYard area. So I don't know everybody must be streaming tonight. So
that's unusual.
That's another week. Hey, Jesse. Jesse is my co-host. We're gonna add some co-host abilities here. I just wish the StreamYard would do that. That would be awesome. So just, that way we've got more people kind of, starting off the stream. It's kind of nice, if we're trying to, gain more followers in terms of just making sure it's an entertaining stream for, the couple hours, that way people jump in, because I drove around a lot yesterday with the magnets on the van. So, it'd be nice if people like, oh, okay, let me go check it out. It's not just me talking. So it's kind of a neat thing. So tonight, I don't know. Tonight I might be building some interesting things. I did pick up, these are already kind of technically open. I pulled the dragons out of these guys, so the troll warship. So might be building a couple of these tonight. So
whoa, that's a bigger set.
Yeah, well, it's a bigger box. It's bigger than the castle box, and it's got like 800 less pieces. So back in the days when they weren't, they wanted to get the whole ship, and the box wasn't really dealt in green type stuff. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Hopefully the chat will flow smoothly on StreamYard. I know the other night it was kind of bogging down on the other show. So you working on anything special tonight, Jesse, at all?
I have a set in mind. Ooh. I have the backlog, and this box is kind of damaged, so I figure I might as well open it. This is Superheroes Iron Skull Sub Attack.
Yeah, so of course with this one.
But I'm going to do an alternative build. So I'm going to build freestyle with only these pieces.
I think I should have flattened my instruction manuals a little bit here, it looks like.
Our TWINLUG has a challenge to build any set, but don't follow the instructions. Alternative build.
This
one's got to try to do that on the stream.
This one's got the cool sails too. Really neat cloth sails.
Which one is that again? Oh man!
But the instruction manuals are all pretty rolled up. So we're gonna see if the other one's in a little bit better shape. Meanwhile, I'll try and flatten it along with the sails. Got two of them.
Hey, Brad.
I know everybody kind of is like, oh, come on, you got to sell it. You got to sell it. In the end, I need to build some of this stuff. In the end, I traded a dragon away years ago.
Hey, Bubba.
That's a tragedy I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. But in the end, it's okay. This book looks a lot better. So. But in the end, I don't really have. I'm going to battle trolls here in October, and I don't really have many troll stuff built. So, then of course I brought my last blacksmith shop. I thought I actually had one open somewhere. Whoa!
So that has those troll figures.
Yeah, the old green trolls. So
yeah, the awesome helmets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those helmets are good. It does have two sails in this one too. I wonder if that's just it. Oh, there's one in the front, one in the back. Okay, so we'll have to flatten these a little bit too. So set number, red crocodile type train with the white cross on it. Is that one of the old ones? Does Brickset have the information on that one?
Looking for the set number. So it's Are you sure it's a crocodile? I don't even know.
Now are you talking? The one that jumps out at me just from thinking about it is. Are you thinking about the hobby train set? Let me pull that up. Let me see. Yep, that's this. I bet it's this one here. Let me move this. Oh, actually, can't move that off the thing. So let me move it to this screen here. So I bet. Let me share my screen. I bet it's this one you're looking for. Set number 10183. Is that the one you're looking for?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a crocodile train.
Yeah, that one actually is interesting too, because that one I actually I have two of that one. I have one that's open that I opened and it's in a bin. And the other one is still sealed in the box. It was actually the one that was a trade from Taylor Easterberg when his mom traded the. I traded the cafe corner. Actually, I was giving him the cafe, but she traded the train. She said, "Oh, at least take the train." He's not into trains. Like, okay, I'll take it. I wasn't gonna say no. And so, in the end, that's kind of one of those things where that's kind of that. So it's got the cool hulls and all that stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I have Thrill Flagship, and I think I bought some of these hulls at one time too. So
Bubba said he found one. He found one still in the bubble wrap.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's one of those things. What was wild about that one was I ordered 2 through Lego.com. That was the first time I actually sent a very heated, nasty email to Lego customer service. Surprised they still hired me after that. But that was the thing is I was upset because I ordered it and then they canceled my order. Hinkle knew about it and was like, oh, okay. And so some came in, they found some in a warehouse, go figure. They found some somewhere. And so they got some at the Mills store and he actually made sure I got one, which was pretty cool. You know what? This might be problematic here because this one I'm missing bag 1. Let's hope I start at bag 2 for the ship. Bag 1 would make sense if one's probably got all my trolls.
Hydra stickers.
Let's hope I didn't give the guy all my trolls on the other one. I'll be a little
Hydra.
On that.
So let me get my little trays out here.
Well, this is interesting. I don't have any of my trolls.
Got a couple more people checking in. Nerd Brick 101. Hey, welcome to the chat stream.
You know what's wild too is I'm missing some parts.
Yeah, bricks with Justin and Triple D.
How many bullet holes am I supposed to have? Might be missing some parts.
How's your Friday going so far? Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th in COVID year. Look out. I think actually I remember when COVID hit, it was March 13th, Whoa. Friday the 13th last year, 2020.
Okay. I'm building one of these tonight. Unless I build it two-sided.
In the States anyway.
I'm missing all my troll guys. Interesting.
Whoa. So what was that? A damaged box? Or?
No, I traded the dragon to somebody, but I hope to God I didn't. I don't think I traded them all the guys. So I must have troll guys floating around somewhere.
Oh, so you had opened it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and I built the dragon for myself too. I don't know what to do with that. So nothing else. Maybe I'll try and take the parts and build one ship because I only have the holes for one and I have an extra end. So I'm guessing I was building a custom ship at one time and I bet I used the holes from one of these anyways. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So kind of interesting. Not sure what happened there. So obviously, if nothing else, it'll be the challenge from for Brett. I'll be building my potion ship.
That's what that was for. Oh.
That kind of makes me mad because I'm not in my storage, so I can't just run out and grab stuff. So we'll see. One of these days, I'll have to get insurance out there or get something out there. Whoa, chair. It kind of sucks, though. It sucks I don't have any trolls to play with.
Yeah, okay. Wanted to see those. I have a few, but I bought them loose from some guy.
Well, I have
Iron Man that comes in the set. Green, sand green Iron Man.
Ooh, sand green. that an older set then?
Pretty sure, yeah. It's an older, yeah, it's a few years, just a few years. It's got
what year was it? Chip, the year on
it's the scuba version of Iron Man.
the...
What
this is...
Set 7076048.
You can build it as is, I guess.
When did this one come out?
A triple D. And then the nice thing about the auction is I did send out all the stuff.
2016.
2016? Yeah. Even if people hadn't paid me yet their stuff. Oh wait.
Still a lot of the same
well,
people.
I mean,
Mike, I don't know that.
Huh?
I don't know that I would do that to anyone new, but
no, I think everybody. I think the new person paid me. So,
okay.
But the nice thing is I'd use the saying from the movies. It said, well, I wouldn't have to worry about you ever bidding again because probably be blackballed for life. Oh wow, some of these got scratched up pretty good. Well, they have been moved around for years. This sucker's from 2008. So
you get two of these printed tiles, 1 by 1 round for Iron Man.
Is that like the his chest thing maybe or what?
Yeah. So I could use that on a dots bracelet. I'll have to get my dots bracelet out.
There you go. But yeah, this one's gonna have. It looks like it's gonna have both browns too. It's gonna have some dark brown and some reddish brown, which is nice. Well, I have a dwarf mine too that I built. That one's got some dwarves in it too. I don't know if it had orcs. I have a Troll Mountain Fortress somewhere that was a set that was built in the store, and that was the one that I think was on display. Yeah, I mean, I prepped it. I went to the post office with everything prepped the day before, and then came home, sent the email out, and then went back the next day, and yeah. And so these guys, except I think I ordered in the reddish brown, the nice arches. These arches, I ordered a couple hundred of these one year in lug bulk to make a ship like wider. I was actually going to put them on the side, and that's why I've got a hole somewhere. For the last warship, I was actually going to use the arches and actually make the ship like wider, like that way. But if nothing else, I'll have a lot for trees. But they're somewhere, and I have a hole somewhere, and I just ran across it recently. I saw it within the last few months. So, yeah, I mean, most of the people, I think,
a hall,
huh?
For tree, yeah, you found trees in a hall.
No, I have a bunch of I bought a bunch of these to do like I said, to make a ship wider.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think they'll end up making a bunch of trees with them. I mean,
Gotcha.
I don't know. I mean, I have to go look. I mean, that probably wouldn't be that easy, that hard to pull up. Let's see here. I've been an early. Nice thing is it won't take me long because I can actually pull up. Let's see here. Read lug bulk totals. I got a Google sheet that what year was that?
I can make a Deadpool. I should make a Deadpool thing with all the red and black in here.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, the more pieces I use, the better, though. So, but man, yeah, there's a lot of black and then some red highlights. Definitely, that's what who would probably do.
Oh yeah.
And it's got these red doors. Look at that. Nice. There's two of those. One's a door and one's a panel. Nice. Yeah, there's a.
Oh, it was an early year. We had an early year.
Unique parts there. So
I'm looking at the wrong color.
Got Captain America. I think I'm supposed to put a face mask on him. This is underwater. Let's find that piece. Complete these little minifigures, and then I'm on my own. Yeah, that's how. Let's get the breathing apparatus. Underwater cap, underwater Iron Man, and a Hydra agent. And I've got a Red Skull here who made an appearance in a recent episode of What If? The premiere episode.
150? That doesn't seem right. That's an inside bow. That's not.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that green piece. One green piece. What is that for? Where's there we go. Classic villain, the Red Skull.
Oh yeah, so Triple D's saying he doesn't have a post office, so he's got to go to the next town over. So it's a trip within itself. Yeah, that would be that would make it a little bit more interesting if you got to make a trip to a post office. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So you don't get mail. You have to go. So you probably go once a week or something, or once a month or something, and pick up a bunch of mail. Maybe you don't get junk mail because you don't have a.
That'd be kind of nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I keep waiting for some Lego to get delivered. I ordered on the 1st of August a few things, and then I waited a few days and made another order. So I have 2 orders in. I've been waiting, and it's like 2 weeks later almost.
Huh.
So that kind of sucks. I actually went to Target and bought one of the sets that I'm waiting for so I could have it. The What If set from Marvel.
Which one?
It's Captain Carter and the Hydra Stomper, which was premiered in the What If episode this week, and I'm going to talk about it on Sunday during my superhero spoiler show. And
is that like mech looking thing, kind of?
Yeah, there's a lot of mechs, but this is the green mech.
Yeah, I think that was the one I think I was looking in the store. I thought it was pretty sweet.
Actually, so now that I have 2 of them and I'm building this set, my plan is to make this a Hydra mech. Because it's green, and put these Hydra stickers on it instead of it being a Hydra Stomper.
But that is a terrible thing though. Oh my, I got a here. This is terrible, Bub. I can't believe. Oh wait, that's not it. What's this one here?
Bubba Bricks got a problem. Just found a random Bricklink order. Can't remember why. That's the problem. That's when you know you have a problem.
Well, I was gonna say I got a Bricklink order recently. I hadn't showed it yet. I mean, I bought a bunch of the metallic gold ingots, like the actual, or like the gold bars, but in the metallic gold. I wanted to see what they look like. They look pretty good. And then the other order was like the frogs the gold frogs, some lime green fish, a couple of the yellowish blue parrots, and some purple top hats from the, since I like purple, it'll give me a couple guys. So
interesting.
Whoa. See, Triple D says we have a mailbox, and when they closed our post office, they also cut our delivery days to Wednesday and Saturday. Wow. And I couldn't find my, I can't figure out where I got those things. I could have sworn I ordered a boatload of those arches, but I have no idea what year I bought them and how many I bought. But I could have sworn I bought a bunch. I got a whole massive bag of them. Oh, you know what? I know why I can't find it. It must have been a year I did it with CowLug. And so I can't find it because that's not one of the years I did it. I only tracked the DENLUG ones. So I must have got it one year with CowLug. I mean, I have a big honking bag of those arches. And I'm just like, so, yeah. But, I mean, they do, people do use them for trees. I mean, I could probably use them for an archway on a building or around a fort or something. So they will get used. And I think they're these brown ones, just the standard brown. So.
All right, I got 3 bags. There's 335 pieces here.
No, mine says 493, but I don't have a dragon and I don't have the guys, so it's going to be a little bit less than that. I have a sinking suspicion.
I get a bunch of these arrow wings. That I'll have to figure out what to do with. So I kind of want, so I don't have an idea. I kind of want to do a Deadpool. I got to change the vehicle up. I got to make it into, so it's a submarine set. I want to change it into something that's not a submarine. Any ideas in the chat if I rebuild this into like a rocket, or because there's a lot of wings that come off of this thing. I could make it into some sort of plane instead of a sub. Separating all the colors right now. Black, got a plate full of black here. There'll be some red and grays and one lone green piece. What the heck was that doing in there? I guess the little Hydra agent has a little mini sub. So that's the weird, unique element. Make it a duck boat. Do that. Sub bricks. I don't know if I'm highlighted or if Reed is gone. I think he's doing something. He's probably gone to grab that other set. Find his troll army. I want to get my trolls out. I have no idea what bag and box that might be in. I definitely got them. A few, like half a dozen maybe. All right, I got that. And shall I separate the red? All these little pieces can go in here.
Sorry.
You were gone?
I probably shouldn't. Actually, I'm gonna do.
I wasn't sure if I got the big screen or you.
No, yeah, no. I had my computer did like a reboot for some reason, so I'm gonna take care of something real quick here.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know why it did that. It was quite interesting behind that. I don't know what happened. And my phone is hooked to it, so I don't know if my phone did something. Which means I probably should unplug that. Maybe that's could be. I mean, I was charging the phone, but
I need to do that.
Huh?
I need to do that while you're talking. Plug my phone in.
So yeah, we're just gonna take care of something real quick here.
Let's see.
Probably unrelated, but we'll just do that.
Okay. Oh, right. Computer 8%.
Yeah, that's about where mine was when I did the thing the other day. When I did earlier, it was pretty bad. So.
Alrighty. Bubba says a boat, duck boat. Oh, we got one little mini bag to open. I can. More black pieces. It's definitely going to be black and red. Whether I want it to be.
It was quite interesting. Okay, so we're going to work on this real quick while that's doing that. So yeah, that was actually, I might have to go with those real quick here.
Some orange pieces, a couple of yellows. Yeah, I think I should separate color. Got one more plate. Got my red doors. There's two doors in it. I kind of like the idea of the duck boat. Make it a Deadpool duck boat.
Make it a duck. A duck what? A duck boat?
I got an idea of what a duck boat might look like.
Just a regular boat type kind of thing, duck boat.
Just a regular boat, or does it have like a high? Probably does.
I mean, when I think of duck boats, I think of the kind of ones they had up in the Wisconsin Dells area. So
let's look it up officially. Duck boat. Yeah, it's got a kind of, like a duck boat that land and sea, and you can drive it up on land. So you can kind of, it does have a topper, like a touristy kind of thing. Yeah. There are no wheels in here. That's the problem.
Okay, well, I'll leave that doing that. I'm trying to figure
Good idea, though. I mean, I could use these for wheels. That would be.
Oh yeah, that'd work. Yeah.
There's a few of them. I mean, because for the most part, the wheels are just basic wheels. There are actually no wheels in here. It does have this, but
this does have some of the nice. It has maroon, like a maroon headlight brick in this sucker. Pretty nice, pretty cool. I did actually. That was, I mean, back in the old days of picker brick, I remember getting the 8x8 maroon plates used to end up in the picker brick trees at one point or another. And it sounds like it's AFOL day tomorrow too. So you heading over to one of the stores at all, or?
No, I'll be at the museum all day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
tomorrow.
I don't know if I want to drive. I mean, in the end, it's like, I might be tempted to, but God, I don't know. I guess I should do is see if I've got any points on my card.
I still have to activate the digital VIP. AFOL, whatever, the AFOL part.
Yeah, I did do mine. I mean, I don't really use the VIP card enough. It's one of those things where I just don't really. It's just something that, in the end, they kind of messed, the Lego company messed up my VIP card. So I really wasn't, I guess the only plus sign is, I'm probably a lot closer to a dozen roses than most people with the rose set, just from the simple fact that I just click the order. I don't pay attention if I got my VIP card or not. And so sometimes I think I don't. I'm just placing an order just straight up, and it's just whatever. And so I'm like, oh, okay, must not be with they didn't cancel the order, so it must be must not be the one synced up with the VIP card. So, because people are saying they're getting their orders canceled if they get past the 2 lifetime, which is kind of interesting because they got 2 lifetime on those little piddly sets, yet you get some of these other sets, and they make it higher on some of the bigger sets, and then
2 lifetime. What does that mean?
If you order it with your VIP card, you get 2 for the lifetime of that set. So, so in the end, if I went up to AFOL Day, I might not even use my VIP card. If, let's say, they had the rose sets, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll get my last couple sets to get me to a dozen roses. Obviously I've said that now, so now I'm on the watch list now. But in the in the end, it's one of those things where, that's kind of the thing is when you think of roses, you think of a dozen roses. So in the end, obviously you want to get it in the hands of most people. But if that's the case, then just make the production runs longer. Instead of doing 1 year, do 2 years. It's a nice set. Make it 2 years. I guess people can go to Bricks and Pieces and order stuff like that, but that's, if you're not familiar with that, that's a lot of work. And my sheep should be getting here soon. I thought they'd beat that Pick-a-Brick order, but they didn't. I think it just shipped, so it'll probably be here tomorrow. Because it comes from Enfield, so it gets here relatively quick. So,
should I make a mech? It's kind of standard. It's got 2 of these big things. I think I need to make like a rocket.
You're always petrified what'll happen with this brown stuff, seeing how that it's old, and you're wondering, is it going to crack? Is it going to break? What are you going to,
Oh yeah, be careful with that.
For the PAB wall, Triple E is going to hit both Lego stores for the PAB wall. Yeah, in the end, I wouldn't mind some of the limbs, I guess, some of the orange ones, I guess, but in the end, is there enough stuff that, if people saw what I was sorting right now, they would really probably say, no, you do not need any more Lego. And I'd be like, you're right, I don't. Really don't. At least not until I get what I got sorted, But that's kind of the kicker is it's, and that's why I think I joked the other night. I said, that's why I'm kind of glad I'm not next to a store, because in the end, I might just go in and buy stuff just because it's cool. But even not knowing, oh yeah, the red wall panels. If it had the right red wall panels, that would be another thing. So I was trying to load something here, and I don't know if it actually if it actually ran or not. So let me see here. I don't know if it did anything with it. Let me see if it does that. Yeah, so someone's so Bubba said there's new parts on the Pickwork wall, the yellow-orange leaves, red wall panels, green leaves also, yeah. So in the end, that's kind of, yeah. The red wall panels, the cargo panels are pretty cool. Red's kind of a weird color, but I guess actually red wouldn't be bad, because I guess you could do like an octane type kind of thing, which we were talking about last night on the Thursday night stream, maybe doing, more, bringing back more, actually, I guess it was more post show, but bringing back more of the octane stuff, bringing back, maybe some trains, and stuff. But like portions of trains, but do it with the Octane. You don't have to worry about licensing for Santa Fe or BNSF. You just make it the Octane brand, and then you're set, because it's like you control that. That's and Octane is the one that everybody knows of from the fuel and stuff. The gas stations, all that. Provided everybody has been paying attention to that stuff, and Lego keeps bringing that stuff out. So these might have to be my potion ships, maybe. I have to see. I have to see if I got some potions laying around. I did bring my animals. Save me some wall panels. I got to go to the Nashville store. Yeah, in the end, I mean, it's kind of those things where, when I lived close to where both stores, where I could get to either store, I mean, I shopped too much at the Lego store. I came home tonight, and one of the little kids was out in the front. Her mom was down talking to my mom, and he's like, Lego. And I was like, yep, more of that than you can shake a stick at. And the mom's like, yeah, he'd destroy it. I said, well, it's all about building it from your imagination anyways. So that's fine,
Yeah.
Build it or destroy it and then rebuild it into something better, It's kind of how you're supposed to do it anyways. So
kids like to crash their stuff. Just build it, crash it, build it, crash it.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of thing. He's young. I mean, he's probably Duplo, maybe he could be doing 4+ stuff. I mean, the 4+, that was probably one of the best things Lego ever did, was bring out the junior stuff, because that really, I mean, it's something where especially if you got kids, you can gauge kids, by how well they build. You start them at Duplo. If that's way too easy, move them to the juniors, and you can tell if they're going to get frustrated with some of the small parts, and then you move them right to the standard. I think I started at the standard at 5. I remember my first set. I was building a set here in Wisconsin, and when my dad was driving back to Minnesota, had my dad not found a job here, I think I told the story before, I would be living in the Minneapolis area, probably, most likely somewhere. That's where I was born, and that's my dad's from. Well, both my parents are from that area.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess my mom was, more from Michigan, or she grew up in Michigan, but her parents lived in Rochester when she went to high school and everything. So, but because one of her lifelong friends lives in Michigan, so which means one of these years I'll have to get over there. So, no, I don't want to do that. We'll restart it later. Guess I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. If I disappear again, it means my computer decided to restart without my permission.
Uh-oh. Is that what happened?
Which is fine.
I
bought a bunch of these when they went on sale. These are like a party serving tray type thing. I bought it for a couple bucks. Use it for like when I'm building sets. I got bowls and I got cups. I mean, like probably, like summer type stuff. But 3 seems like a weird number to have.
There's a door in here.
So
struggling. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna, once I commit to what I'm gonna build, I got just all loose pieces in front of me. We definitely have the Deadpool colors here. We got the red, we got the black, some other bigger pieces off to the side. The bigger, I have to use like a door frame.
Ooh, I like that. Is that part of the set with the red?
Yeah, you get a red door, transparent, and a red panel, transparent.
Oh.
And you get an extra frame because what they do is they have a little thing where they trap Captain America like it's a little jail in the set.
Really?
Captain America in there. He's
what's the set number on that one?
76048. Reed saw some transparent pieces he might need.
76048.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're cool enough that
It's cool, and it's only 5 years old. So there's.
Oh, is it really?
It's only 5 years old. Yeah.
It is 5 years old. Oh, well then, that might be tougher
It
than.
might be tougher. It might be.
I didn't realize it was that old.
Superhero's been around.
Yeah. I guess I wish I'd known that because you're right. The panels are out of stock. So.
Okay.
That'd be nice to know. I guess it's one of those things where hopefully maybe they'll reuse those again, something, because transparent red would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's out on the bricks and pieces, which means, yeah, I guess it'll be interesting if they ever bring it back, in like a pick-a-brick element. So, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, I must have missed that. Actually, what's wild is I did find a couple. I was digging through the stuff for the old train station, because I found people were interested in the one that was in the auction. So I went digging around because I do have. I thought I had a couple ones that I had opened for the clear panels back in the day before they showed up on Pick-a-Brick, and so I actually found the two sets. And when I found the two sets, I found like one of the old Atlantis subsets, or actually was it Atlantis? Was it either Atlantis or the underwater one before that back in 2009 or something? So I found a couple things, and I was like, wow, I need to bring and build that. And so, I mean, I probably could have done that tonight, but I guess the big thing is I got to go through all my sets that I have sitting that I've opened for one thing or another, open for like maybe a dragon, opened for, a person, I opened like one of the Star Wars sets just for Finn, so I could have him tipping over, Kylo Ren in the porta potty. So, I mean, but pulled stuff. So I need to basically go through all those sets and go, okay, do I want to part out the sets? Do I want to sell the sets, pull the figs, type kind of thing. So that's kind of the thing, is I need to, chances are they're going to probably get parted out, because I'm probably going to want to keep the figs in my fun stuff. So.
What if I could make a train? I think I could make a train out of this. It's like one good windshield here, and
that's that. Yeah, those are kind of nice. I actually bought a bunch of those back in the day, because I think they might even had them on the wall a long time ago.
And I got these red doors, right? So I could put doors in the back of the train engine, and then I can make another car. Maybe I can make an alligator kind of, or at least I don't know. I have enough pieces for 3 cars, but I could probably do like an engine and a tender kind of thing.
Yeah. So, okay. So I actually did drop. I must have dropped.
When in doubt, build a train.
Dropped the part somewhere. Where it went to, though.
So the character.
I need to get a better office chair down here.
Yeah. Ditto.
Not in the bag. I know I heard it at one point. Just when I thought I heard a part flying somewhere. Well, that was from my count last night. Count and sword. And all this clear sitting here because I was working on the castle. So I'm sitting on about 16,000 plates just sitting here, collecting dust. And the nice thing is, I see that part in here, but where are all my molds at? All my molds for the castle should have. These guys have lots of 1x2 bricks. It's a 1x3, and 1x2s. trees. Oh, there it is. It just fell in the wrong place. You can never go wrong with a train. That's true. It's true.
Who said that? Triple D. Yeah, I think I got the makings of a train here. I'm going to start with something like this.
Trains are good. I mean, you know, we all like them. You know, the question is whether or not you can build them into your layouts and stuff.
Couple of these. Just put that on the front.
And like we always say, you know, those of us that, you know, kind of are, you know, somewhat pack rats, you know, the question is, you know, you hold something so long that it's got some crazy price. They're like, what? You want how much for that? You're like,
oh, I got to put these on here like it's a cow catcher. All right, how do these click in? What do they use to click these in? Oh, it must be these guys.
Yeah, so I'm only going to be able to get, it looks like one. Well, actually, I could, because I can't even really build the other ship because I don't have the hulls. And technically, I guess I could have tried to figure out how to maybe use the parts to make something a little bit better. We'll see. We'll see what this entails.
Oh, this is all right. This is starting to look like a good idea. All right, that's like a cow catcher. All right, that's gotta go low.
Chains. Oh, my sister's calling.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Yeah, I wonder what she
Just
wants.
jump in the chat and ask a question.
Yeah, I should tell my sister that. Yeah, you don't have to call. Just jump on the live stream. Sure, everybody be like, "Who are you? What?" Are you into Lego too? Like, no. That's his addiction. That's his. He's failing. I don't know how loud is that? Is that pretty loud when I open a bag like that right near the mic? I know
pretty loud. I guess I don't have the volume up. No, I got the volume up.
Just, you know, I mean, last night we did hear a couple that were, you know.
I mean, if somebody's in mid conversation, yeah, it's pretty loud.
Yeah, that kind of does. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I remember that last night a little bit. See, it's got these cool shields. These things are pretty cool. It does have the cool orc shields. And
See again.
Nice. Huh?
Let me see again. I missed it. There
you go. This guy here.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, obviously, Frederick is one of the guys that does all the attacking of the stuff for when we do shows. So he's always. We haven't really done much with the way of water type stuff for the most part. I would maybe have to tweak this stuff a little bit to add that customization for a show or something. Which I wish I had the hulls. I could have made one enormous ship. I know I don't have them here. And I was going to bring the Imperial flagship too, which I could have probably stole the hulls from that. But that's one I kind of wish I had more of. That's pretty cool. So.
Oh, limited parts already. Let's see here.
You've already worked your way out of parts already? That's terrible.
I'm just trying to be careful. I'm trying to coordinate.
Okay, where's the mouse? Where did the mouse go? What is this? Wow, that must be some kind of old weapon of sorts. Where is that mouse? Must be blind as a bat tonight. I don't see him. Let's see, he's blending in here. Wonder if these are the old versions of the rock piece, maybe, the old, when they just are doing the texture rock pieces now. Maybe that's the old version. I wonder if the mouse is part of bag one. No, I'm not gonna keep looking for him. He ran away. Or the cat's got him or something. Did I really just do that? Dude, don't be breaking stuff, Reed.
Oh, these things
breaking
too.
stuff.
I don't think I should put those under there.
Let's see here. This is gonna go. I think there. I don't know. How's everybody tonight? Anybody working anything really super duper exciting tonight? Anybody got any shows coming up? I know we got. There's something in. Where is it? Is it New Orleans or something? Maybe.
New Orleans.
Isn't that the one that Haley
Brick
and
Universe
Brick
is
Universe
coming up. Yep.
I think that's this weekend because I think Haley was traveling yesterday. So I'm guessing she's in the midst of setup, or they're in the evening activities or whatever's going on at Brick Universe. So New Orleans this weekend yet. So not sure if we'll get anybody checking in from there, but we'll see.
They're, I guess if they're setting up, those Brick Universe shows are pretty much just for the attendant, for the public. So there's not a lot of AFOL activities.
Yeah, there's and it's I got the dark gray, I got the dark bluish gray like jail type pieces. I have a lot of the black ones. I know the black ones showed up on the pick-a-brick wall a lot back in the day, or the trees. So a lot of those. So I could make lots of these jail cells, in the black for all those wizards that are gonna make a crazy attempt at, trying to take over.
Should I fake the wheels like
this? Jail door. Philly Brickfest prep. Yeah, that's coming up too, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not gonna get to the only show I think I'm getting to this year is the Brickworld Milwaukee's coming up in October. It's the only one as far as I can tell. I've done a bunch of shows at the already done a couple shows in Green Bay this year, so I don't know. I don't think Alabama's going to be a possibility this next year. I think with COVID ramping up too, I think the South is getting hit relatively hard. So probably going to have to wait another year for that one. So we'll kind of see. Whoa. That's pretty wild. Oh, actually, that must have been This is actually must have been the early days when they actually had these as 2 pieces. Where I actually got the spinner as 2. The old turntable, big ones. God, it just doesn't. Almost doesn't want to go on there. It doesn't sit there very well. Let's see here.
What do you think? This is what I got first. It looks like an adaptive build. All right.
Almost looks like an alligator or something. Almost, kind of piranha. It's a piranha motive.
Got like a bogey wheel thing that I made. I kind of actually happy with that. It's got those grill pieces in there, and then kind of like a cow catcher thing in front.
Hey, Jude.
All right, doing an alt build with a superhero set.
On a cup of the 1x1 clear cylinders. Yeah, I got those a while back. Somebody had, I think those were something I ordered from somebody through the AFOLs of Facebook. Somebody had mentioned, hey, they said, this is what's on the wall. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take this, and this. That's where I got a bunch of translucent parts. And I think those are sitting out one of my shelves in storage right now. So I just saw them the other day when I was trying to organize a few things.
Oh, come on. Tell me there's 2 of these.
Look at that part. Look at that one. That's kind of a wild, wacky part, too. Another one of those, like, spinning things, kind of like type things, but, like, on a actual, like, platform type kind of thing.
Is that called the mast?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's, and then here's like the other part to it, like in a black. The other one was like a gray. It's going to be probably a spinner. It's going to be the spinner type, so it snaps in there. Wait, oh yeah, it's the clicking one, so it's kind of a clicks, but it's all like 1 piece or 2 pieces. That's kind of wild. But, this is kind of right after that time that, 2008, right after they were coming out of all their issues. So maybe they had remnants of parts that they were like, they invested heavily in these elements. And they're like, let's use some of these because, could have almost gone bankrupt to having them. Let's put them in some stuff. Let's use them. So we make our money, at least get our money out of these parts, rather than having just 1 set or 2 sets. So Bubba likes your train, sounds like.
Yeah. Added another little piece in front here. I have enough to do 1 more set of bogies like that. So I think I'm going to make a long engine and then see if I can attach some of the other parts for some sort of car. We'll do all black and red as much as possible in the engine. Trick will be, so I have enough of these wings, give it this aerodynamic.
So it's a flying train.
It could be a space train, but I gave it wheels.
Ooh.
I mean, I could change my mind about that, I guess. But no, yeah, it's got these wing pieces because it was a sub. But I'm using them as walls.
Can't change your mind. It's too late.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
Yeah. I think I want it to have the wheels. That's too very unique, actually. All right,
yeah, so hopefully those of you guys that go hit the same stores, hopefully you guys will see each other tomorrow. That's always kind of a nice thing. See some of the people you don't see as much. We just had a meeting last weekend, so that's kind of cool. I did win I was on the winning team for the WISLUG trivia game we played. But that was kind of a given. They had lots and lots of Lego questions, and he says, "Okay, make sure you wait until I finish, saying the question, and then raise your hand." I don't know what this is. This is kind of a weird part. This is really weird. I don't know if I can't remember. This is an old, it's like a Technic, weird kind of almost like. Yeah, see, it's got a weird bend to it, It's kind of like, wow, like a spring. I don't know what it's for. I guess we'll find out. Maybe some kind of a shooter or something.
Oh, yikes. That's not even the same dimension. That's weird. What? Oh, because it's a 2x. Okay.
Yeah, we were so far ahead. By the time they did Final Jeopardy, we couldn't lose. I think we did like 1 point. Only 1 point.
Cool.
So it's always fun. It was good being meeting in person. Didn't know a lot of people. Had a few, exchanged some stuff. I had some video figs I bought from somebody super cheap, and then I actually went road tripping yesterday. I showed some of the stuff on the Thursday night stream last night. I went driving around. While I was working, I found a couple stores that had stuff. A couple of Walmarts down south, Rockford, Beloit area that had some stuff. And then afterwards, I drove all the way out to go figure. I drove out to Dodgeville, Platteville, and then I drove all the way down to Dubuque. By the time I got to Platteville, I was like, wow, I'm only like 30 minutes from Dubuque. Let me just drive down there.
Made the rounds, huh?
Yeah, so made the rounds. Yeah, just looking for stuff. I mean, there were a few deals. There were a few I passed on. It's kind of looking for like the dot stuff, and those are kind of the cool deals. I mean, in the end, as anybody who shops in the store in the Walmarts, you got to really kind of, you got to if you've got a smartphone, you just got to scan the items because they're not always marking them. So you just got to be aware of that. They was resetting a store in Rockford, and some of the dot stuff was going right on the shelf, and it wasn't marked or anything. So it was kind of crazy from that standpoint. So. You just gotta.
Yeah, get the app, scan it, or you can even.
The new dog got a hold of my super rare orange brick separator. Oh, that's terrible. Ultra terrible. Can't believe that. Well, I mean, actually, I guess that means the next draft you Triple D, you're going to have to actually take the brick separators. You have to take them early on in the draft because you'll need more. Yeah. I know they had the Bandmates at $4, so I scanned it and they were $1. Yeah, I mean, I got picked up some Bandmates for $2. One store they actually had them. They're normally $4.99. They had them on sale for $4.97. Great deal there. I scanned them just to make sure. Sure enough, they were still $4.97. I was like, you know what? Whoever works sales like that, you gotta wonder: do you know the basics of math? Did you get past elementary math in elementary school, or and just like, because I mean that's just crazy stuff. How can you do that? It just doesn't make any sense half the time. But so they'll have that, and that might have been the one like Dubuque or Platteville or somewhere that had that. I'm like, I had to laugh. I'm like, oh well, maybe Dubuque. And they're starting to see some of the bigger boxes are starting to drop, but a lot of them that are still at like $12.60 and stuff, I'm passing. If they're not dropping, if they drop to 6 or 7, maybe those I might decide to pick those up. But okay, so let's see, we got some red. Those I might use for something else. Maybe we'll see. Whoa. Whoa.
So you're getting duck boat vibes from this train now.
Oh, it's the new math they do in California. Is that it? And so and everything's got to be based off of California. I know Lego did that. They used to base all the HR stuff off of California laws. It might make sense. Let's see here. Okay, so let's see. How does this go? So this goes like this. This
needs to go higher.
This. Oh, it's shooters is what it is. Okay, that didn't shoot the screen like I was hoping. There we go. Pick up the monitor. Stream's over. Killed my monitor.
Over. Got some shooters here too.
That's what that Technic thing is. That might be interesting if I could learn how to use that for like boat races. That'd be freaking awesome. There was a way to just pull it and snap it. That could fire some stuff pretty good. Okay, now I'm just making a mess. I don't know what these clear plates are. Are these the ones that are bad, maybe? Or are they just extra clear plates? I had a couple bad ones somewhere. Let's just grab these, I guess. Over here. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's got a nice shooting mechanism. I don't know if I can actually put that in front of the camera. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't have that part working. So where is this? Let's see here.
All right, looks like 2 plates, and then I get to connect over the cab. 2 plates.
So yeah, so it's got the nice got this really cool shooter right here. Let's see, what do you think? Should I try and hit the screen, or should hit the?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I can't do that. It won't work. Let me see if I can do it this way. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
That worked.
Yep.
That worked. We'll have to try that again. Let's hear. Okay, guys, folks at home, let's make this big screen. Let's get the full effect. Get the full effect of something, shooting your eye out.
Trolls.
That went up and over.
Trebuchet. Oh, you nailed it.
The other one went up and over. I don't know where it is. It went up and over the monitor.
Yeah.
Almost took out Chester sitting on top of the monitor. Feel sorry for him. He's hunting squirrel there for a moment. Actually, I don't know where he went. That's a good question. It went flying somewhere. I'll find it. I'll find it later when I'm not streaming, I guess. But I'll step on it another day. Ow, ow, ow,
There it is.
I don't know where it went. I'll find it. Got 2 of them, but, everybody can replay that. But yeah, so that's kind of cool. That's a neat mechanism. I'll have to figure out how to make that work. That's pretty cool. I like that. I do like that.
Okay.
So, and technically, I guess you get a taller Technic beam and have a bunch. You almost put an eye out. Yeah, I know. That's the safety warning that you didn't get. My bad. Sorry. Oh well. Luckily, I didn't have to give it because you're not here. You're there. So let's see what parts am I missing here. I didn't open a new bag yet, did I? I'm missing. Got this. I don't know what that is. I got that. Oh, that's black. Oh, it's black. That's why.
How many of those do I have? 1. Wait a minute.
We'll put that on the screen because that's what I did. I tried to put an eye out. That's about all they're worth. Beatbox was $5. That's about all they're worth. Yeah, I actually have a couple. I'm gonna open those later after I finish this ship. Just from the simple fact that I actually had I bought a couple. One was $1. I lucked out. One was $1. It was on a dollar table at the front of one of the Walmarts, and I saw it. I was like, okay, cool. I'll take that. When I came back, I missed the small dot packages for $1. I'd missed that on the first trip in. So, but so we're getting there. Okay, so 2 of these. I do like these, and these ended up showing up on the pick-a-brick wall at a later time too, like the metallic or like a pearl gold, like a pearlish silver. You know, that was kind of, those showed up once or twice on the. They showed up somewhere on the pick-a-brick at one point. I bought a bunch of those. I got a bag of those somewhere. I think I came across recently looking at those. And somebody was talking about strange parts. Let's see on that side by accident. Okay, so there. And this one. No, this one. Okay, so there. Too bad I didn't do that Triple D during the 72-hour stream. That'd been a good replay. That'd have made the highlight reel for sure. Look, Reed's trying to kill his viewers. And you're like, yeah. Probably not the way to gain followers, you know, trying to poke their eye out during the stream. Got a couple small ships with bows, it looks like. Cool, cool.
That's going to have to be.
Think of a few extra parts, maybe. Maybe. Must have something else. Must have something else. So, looks like it's going to be looks like a slower night tonight, it looks like. Okay, so this, and then this. Actually, you know, maybe. Let's go in. I was in here earlier. Let's see. We're gonna see what these sound like. It's here. Yeah, this one. Okay, this one.
Okay. Kind of need a jumper, but I don't have one. I can just put one in there, I guess.
Downloaded the silver, all the silver ones for this person. I have his Patreon, so
Silver what?
the silver level of his I'm a patron of him, so like Hinkle, I'm a patron of him, of this guy, so I use his music for the stuff.
Okay.
So it's, you know, loyal to, you know, whatever, the copyright free, so I can play it in the background. So okay. I'm at the silver level, so I downloaded the whole zip the other day. So
you can get a jukebox playlist you can let ride.
Yeah, so this one was just all of them. So I don't know if I've actually even heard all of them. Oh, so this one actually uses the bolts on the side of it, it looks like. On the back. So it actually uses those bolt holes kind of to stabilize the ship. Hey Haley, how's it going?
What's up, Haley?
How's setup going? You done? Oh
Setting
yeah,
up.
look at this. This is what Triple says. If I'd put Doc's eye out, you would have won an award for sure.
Most dangerous use of Lego.
That's a neat part. I like that. I need to have to talk to my Technic buddies out in Colorado and say, guys, I need to figure out how to make this work on a boat. We'll do battle boats, you know.
Yeah. Setup is done. Haley's eating dinner now. Good.
That's good.
Not too shabby. I don't know what time it is in or New Orleans. That could be the same zone as us.
Maybe it might be east. Can't remember. I got to figure out what I do with my other instruction manual. I was trying to flatten all of them.
Hope you had a good setup. The Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to build the
square, the whole square. Looked like you brought the whole square this time. That's cool.
I sure hope there's. Oh, okay. There's only one more bag left. My instructions got kind of butchered on this thing, so. So we're going to actually move this out of the way. Instructions here. Six by 14 plates.
Oh, these doors. I forgot about the doors. Don't forget about the doors.
Everything made it. There you go.
I could have put it
Dude, you'd said it's CST, so it's same zone as we are. It's cool. Well, that's good. It's good. Hey, Willie, how's it going, buddy? Well, I know the one thing that we had talked about for like our Brickworld show is the hours for the public days are much longer than for a regular convention. I think the hours for the Brickworld Milwaukee are, was it 10 to 6 or something on Saturday and like 10 to 5 on Sunday. So it's like, 8-hour days. So, but it's cool. I mean, I like the smaller shows are nice. Like Hoosier found out. I mean, he just needs to, thankfully, I've made the connection with Brian and Mark and those guys for years. And so, the next Brickworld show, next Indy or whatever Fort Wayne that he wants to do, he just needs to talk to Brian, and so it's one of those things where he'll get a chance to go. He might have to just look into maybe looking into DENLUG as being a member, but maybe not like a voting member. If he's part of the Tennessee Valley Lug, just also be a member of DENLUG too, just not a voting member, but be part of the chat and stuff, so he knows what's coming up and say, hey, yeah, I wanna do that. Because I'm part of actually DENLUG, I'm part of FOXLUG, I'm part of WISLUG. WISLUG is where all my voting and all my stuff is at, but it's nice to be part of all the the other lugs too. You can only do lug bolt through one, so but yeah. And actually somebody was saying about that too, and I had mailed it. Bunny was coming up for the Milwaukee show, and I already mailed it. So Willie, yours is mailed too. Payment, you can pay me when you get back. That's fine, no big deal. But it is shipped. It'll show up at your house. So, I mean, I did it all at once, so it was kind of, it's no big deal, The only people that really have stiffed us are the ones that just haven't followed through on stuff. Most of the people this time, I think we did good for the most part. So. And tracking numbers were in one of the emails too, so everybody should have it. Wow. Okay. Now this song, this sounds like, this is a family Christmas. It's a little early, guys. Just a little early. but you wouldn't have known it. You probably couldn't have tell it was Christmas, but it does have that kind of jingle type thing. So, but since it's not saying Christmas, it's only implied. It just has that. You can just tell it just has that. Just has that jingle. It says that just kind of. It's wild. So I like some of the songs for Christmas songs. Like, you know what? You got such a great melody. How come you can't freaking do that like other songs too? Get such good melodies, you know. Yeah, we did have good buyers. I mean, some are repeats. I mean, I might be selling stuff after the auction that, didn't sell. Like I said, I found my used train stations, so I might start selling more used stuff. I do have a boatload of used stuff. A lot of city vehicles that are used that I've built, displayed once or twice, and sat in boxes for the last decade. So. Willie, how big is the setup you took for the show? Tell us a little bit about, we saw Haley's. I know what Haley was taking.
Willie's down there too. Nice.
Yes, it sounds like, yeah. That's why she said, what was it? What'd she say? A long time no see,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're both down there. So yeah.
Willie.
I mean, that's why. I mean, October's still a ways off. I'm hoping nothing happens the last few shows I got. So, but
all right. So,
what do you got?
I got for the new people checking in. Ooh. I'm doing an alternative build to the Red Skull submarine Iron Skull superhero set from 5 years ago, and I'm trying to use all the pieces to build something different. So instead of a submarine, I've got a train, of course. I got a weird connection for.
I mean, I guess the train could go underwater, I suppose. So
could be a underwater train. There's a lot of gaps though where the guy's sitting, and I used a bunch of these fins as like wall pieces. I just stacked them in there.
Looks good.
Kind of got a cow catcher with those claw pieces.
So Willie took a base plate size mock. His wife took a half a base plate. Oh, and they set up a vending booth. Yeah, that's what Hoosier says I need to try and do. It's something.
Yeah.
Triple D. Yeah, I'll have to look. I got to make sure one of them doesn't have the stickers. So, I mean, I only have one good one, and that one has been spoken for. I mean, I do have the sealed one too. So, I will keep looking and seeing. So,
all right. I like the shape of this.
The rate I go, I find weird stuff all the time. So you just never know what I might find tomorrow, somewhere in my collection. It's almost freaky sometimes.
I think I'm going to, darn it.
Yeah, take you off the big. No stickers is best for me. I mean, in the end, all the stickers are for the train station is, I think it's like it's going to be the Lego City, maybe the cafe, and then your little track sticker, maybe a box cargo sticker, maybe. So probably it is just a small one. Well, we'll see. And I think they're going. I think I'm trying to sell them for about 100. So just hopefully that's not too much, but. Don't call it Triple D. Call me because we're mates. Yeah, you guys start that tonight. I'll open up my YouTube chat. Start timing people out. Okay. So mass. Oh, that was right.
I don't have more clips. I have yellow sideways. Oh, here we go. Any pins in here? What are these Technic pieces even doing?
Oh, we're using tubing. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, there's some pins, but they're...
Neat way to do that, I guess. I like that. We got stuff going on in the chat. Oh well. In this day and age, it's all about, whoever kind of says stuff first these days. Unfortunately, it's just kind of the way it goes sometimes.
Friendly competition.
Yeah, there is a fair amount of competition. I am going to say that. These are pretty cool. These are pretty sweet looking sails, I'll tell you that. These are, and this harder cloth type stuff is actually the stuff that I kind of do. If you take the matte medium that you can pick up at like Hobby Lobby and stuff and put it on like a cotton cloth, it'll harden that cloth to where it's like this. You'll cut it and it'll be nice and hard like that. So hopefully I'll end up doing some, I need to do some cloth sessions again. Maybe I'll have to do a couple videos perhaps. Oh, I forgot to put the balls in there. Okay. But
This could be
I like doing that because it's one of those things where. So I did with the capes for the ice bears. Okay. Question is, go on there and don't rip, please. There you go. Okay. Oh, I actually kind of.
There's those pieces.
There you go. That note's for you, Jesse.
Can't wait, Bad Batch, until I get back home. Okay, yeah. Finale for sure. I have a mock I already want to do from watching the finale. And that's when you know it's good. Brett's doing the train.
Trains. I guess that's supposed to be a moving train. I guess. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, okay. So that goes on. Okay, I did this wrong. So this. Wow. That has to. What? So what? So I got to bend this tubing. Or was I supposed to? Oh, you know what? I bet I was supposed to do that first. Did that wrong. I put the sail on incorrectly.
Those are only 3 of those. 2 of these. Oh,
It's late. My fingers are barely working for those sails. Let's see. Okay. And what is this one? This is called Acoustic. Oh, an Inspiring Acoustic. Good. Cool one. Can handle it. I gotta put string. I gotta play with string. What? I don't know how to do that. My hands are barely working to do the freaking sails. Oh my gosh. It's just this stuff, just, you know. Wow. The stud and the dud still going, or are they done? I'm wondering if that's kind of, we're getting an influx of people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now you expect me to tie? What? Man. I don't know. You know what they needed in these old sets, all these strings? You need a plastic set of tweezers. That's what I need. I need tweezers.
You need tweezers.
Yeah, I need tweezers so I can freaking work this.
Did I put a mask on or something?
No, trying to put tie string on a.
Oh, yeah, string.
Yeah. Need that. Need a freaking.
That's not quite.
Okay, I gotta tie the hook.
There we go. Choose these though. I don't have one of those.
No, you don't. Oh wow. I had more string on that end. I guess not. That might be good enough, I guess. Okay. And make this netting. The other little thing must be the net, I'm guessing. Yeah, see, Lego used to, I wonder what they're going to do with all this stuff, because they used to make like this netting, like the netting they made and the strings and all that stuff. If they're going from rubber tires, are they going to start making plastic netting? Might be interesting to see. Kind of cool, actually. I would be interested to see if they could do that. Okay.
Second car I'm making is going to be really weird. So
Some like a flat car of sorts, or what?
Down to the nitty gritties of pieces here. So whatever happens.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna hang like that. Okay, that didn't go right. Ooh, I'm missing a few. Missing all my stuff for all my minifigs and stuff. Looks like I'll be hunting for stuff. Figure out where they all went to.
Oh,
Did find a bag recently, so that must be the one I was looking for, I guess.
whoa. Let me get back in there. High. Mm-hmm. So I should probably use this on the other cover. Okay. Should put the guy in there too, huh? Oh, that broke.
You breaking Lego?
Well, breaking connections, fake
Mm.
wheels, transparent doors.
Oh no, transparent can't break. That's a rule.
It's not break.
Okay, I gotta do the other one. Actually, let's see here. Where are my other ice bears? Those are those. What's that? Those are the archers. I don't want the archers. Not anymore. No, what's that? That's this and this. Might go to next. The archers.
I'm running out of pieces. Darn it. Let's see here. Oh, okay, we could do.
Uh-oh.
What I do is build up the middle part here.
Not a fan of I'm not a fan of these orcs. They've already got. We got ice bears already working their rows, man. Terrible. Mr. Bean, at least somewhat humane. Those oars from freaking hitting something. So for those who are joined us or whatever, I am working on a troll warship. I'm missing a bunch of hulls. So I'm actually not able to build 2 of them like I had hoped. Actually, I'm missing all the guys too. They're all somewhere. And then Jesse's doing an alt build for one of the old superhero subs.
It's coming along, but pretty challenging here. Running out of pieces, and what do you do?
I did that one.
Gosh. Just try to make it somewhat structural towards the end here.
Okay, so I got those. Maybe one of these.
Okay. Put those on there.
Okay, so this tubing. It's got to be on this side. Oh, I did that wrong.
Did you watch Lego Masters this week?
I did. I actually thought it was a good one. That the couple that left are the 2 that were thrust into the WISLUG display years ago, Philip and Maria, and so there's a lot of the WISLUG members who know them stuff. They actually posted something on Facebook too. There was a really good somebody did a really good story for them in terms of about how she had her building and whatnot, and how she basically supported her husband and then got into it and all that. So
Yeah.
cool, pretty neat stuff. I mean, it's definitely we discussed it last night too, kind of on the stream.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in the end, it's kind of things where I don't know. I mean, I might be tempted. I need to get a little bit more organized, just because any of the building challenges they'd want us anybody to do, teams to do. I mean, I probably could find parts. It just wouldn't. If it was a timed build, I mean, I'd be hosed just from the fact that I'd spend probably too much time looking for parts. So, I need to put those on the end of all these. Okay. But yeah, it's good. I mean, it was good. I mean, obviously, you kind of could tell the fact that their blades were just really too, pretty much too thin to really be very effective. I mean, that was kind of the sad part, is you just kind of in terms of just as much wind as there was, you're just kind of like, that just seems a little too light, a little too small for that, you know. Especially since that was kind of the things that they were looking for to break, you know. If that was what was going to break off, you know, and that automatically you were done, then yeah, something that thin at, you know, obviously 20 miles an hour was pretty severe. So here we go. I'm gonna put myself on the big screen real quick. I don't have any trolls. I don't know where they're at. So, but this is what I was working on tonight, folks. I was working on a troll warship. So I got ice bears rowing it, probably prisoners, but so I have 2 of these sets, so I'll have 2 boats. You know, obviously it's got the cool shooter up front here. You know, rewind it back about 30 minutes or so, and you'll get poked. You get your eye poked out with this as it hits the camera. So that was that's what I built tonight for that. I mean, obviously I got 2 of them, but I don't have the whole pieces to build the second one. And all my orcs are missing in action, so they are somewhere. But sticking with that theme, I'm gonna break. Might as well keep breaking Brett's heart. You know, just you know, that's the theme of the show. Break Brett's heart. You know, stuff we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and open another. I'm opening another castle type related set. The blacksmith attack, and I mean, obviously, actually, you know, maybe I don't. Actually, maybe I don't have to open it, but I might. I have this one, and then I opened. I don't know if I can't remember if I opened 2, 3, or 4, but I have instructions for, looks like 3 of them sitting here. I brought them out for 1 part and 1 part only, and that was the round pieces on the water wheel. I used them for one of my boats, like my first boat for Chicago. So, but you know what? Since you know, he put that challenge out to build a potion shop. You know, I got a pile of pieces here. Let me see what I can do. Let me see
the potion shop challenge.
Yeah, potion. Everybody needs a potion shop, I guess. So.
I was building one on. Was that last week?
So, I mean, I got the guys. I mean, I got some of the knights in here and some of the workers. So, I did find those the other day. They weren't with the set. And to think I'm here as well. Thanks, Reed. You know. Maybe I'll do, let's see here. Let me see here. If I can make that a double anvil somehow. Maybe. Let's see here. Let me see how they did that. Okay, let's see if I can make it double. It's probably going to be the same way either way, right? Yeah, same way either way. Okay. Wow, this brown plate's tweaked. It's warped, baby. It's a warped plate.
Here we go. Gotta put that there.
Actually, you know what? Do it! Okay, so
Okay, put that off. That will not come off easily. Yeah, I was, let's see here, watching the Lego Masters, thinking everyone had no idea how that fan was gonna
Yeah,
check the build.
Yeah, that was a pretty strong fan. That was kind of, it's like, I need one of those out in my storage, just for in terms of how well that was working.
Yeah, industrial fan. But yeah, a couple of the good builders, I think, you know, the usual guys are showing up and doing well.
Can do hinges, okay.
Oh, I didn't put that other window in. That's why that's. Ah, yep.
Let's see, how did they do that? How did they do that? Oh, okay, so just it spins. That's where my brown chickens came from. I was wondering about that. Okay. I actually use the wheels, and then I use chairs in the center. Actually, the paddles worked actually pretty awesome. I should actually wonder if I've got a. That might be too old to be on my phone. I'd have to almost wonder where the heck I moved that video to. Let's see if it's photos. I don't know. My phone still has 254 videos still on it. So let's see here. No, that's 2014. I think that was the boat. Yeah, the boat was from 13. Dang it. I wonder if I saved that anywhere else. Yeah, by using bars, using bars here, I was able to put clips and chairs, and it just, oh man, that sucker moved. I don't know what I ever did with that video. It's gonna have to sit out here. Okay.
I should be able to connect those. Please.
Lots of these guys. These ended up on the wall a couple times. The profile bricks and the A nice black.
Oh.
Hey, Larry. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah. No problem. Check your emails too, Larry. Respond when you get a chance on that. I figured so. Besides, you were on last week, so that's good. It's fine. We'll live without the legend for 1 week.
Hey, Larry. Yeah, he's checking in. That's cool.
Works for us.
Just building away here, kind of in the zone.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do a
little quiet. I just
do a potion. Yeah, that's why I got music playing.
started talking about Lego Masters, but I just
zoned out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Zoning on the build here. Getting down to some nitty gritty parts. It's gonna work what I'm trying to do here.
I don't have any. Wow, no plates. Oh, I got these guys, I guess. What's that? I guess. Maybe.
Got quite a few parts actually left over. Figure it out.
So this is where Larry is this week. He's out celebrating his wife's birthday. That's good. You know, make the wife happy so he gets to keep the Lego room. That's always a plus. You know, we'll make them mad. You know, I wouldn't know. I don't have a wife or a girlfriend, but I mean, generally that's the way it works. You know. Oh, that's right. I should have opened. I used noodles somewhere. I must have used some noodles somewhere. Let's see here. Well, you know, we can actually.
I got one Technic beam. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Oh, I didn't put that inside there. Oh, I should put the door on the other side, maybe. Make this one too.
That's still big screen. Sorry, my bad. Let's see.
I'll give you an update, I guess.
Let's see what we got. Ooh.
Got a train alt build. There's a Red Skull train car there, and then a simple clip joint connects this Hydra guy. And I don't have any wheels at all, so I'm like, this guy's just kind of floating on some bars here. But it is level and swooshable, if you will. Choo-chooable or something.
That's all that matters, right?
So now I'm just trying to use, so I got some of these. This will go on top and kind of give it a finished look. And then I got another one that'll probably go on top of here, give it some aerodynamics, and just trying to use all the rest of the pieces now.
That's kind of how it goes sometimes.
I got some like this. I just want to hide it in there.
I need to make a worker here. I need to make a peasant, so he's working here in the. Okay.
Oof.
Let's make him look a little happier.
Take me off the big screen if you want.
No.
No.
Hey, Doc, how's it going, man?
Just so you know. Doc Sampson.
We were shooting stuff out there. No, he's not building something from What If. He's building an older set.
It's an older Red Skull set. So, I mean, kind of inspired by What If, but no spoilers. I'm doing an alt build. So this submarine from that attack is turning into a train. And I've got a detachable train car here that I'm working on with a kind of a cow catcher thing in the front. Red Skull's driving this train. Had to fake some wheels, but I like the bogies on here. They're actually pretty nice. And then I'm just trying to use these transparent red doors to make another car. The second Hydra guy's in. They click together like that, so it does kind of swoosh or drive. So now it's just a matter of using all the rest of the pieces.
Yeah, and then I'm actually just kind of, obviously everybody, Brett's got me challenged to do a potion shop, so I'm just using blacksmith shop. I got 4 of them here I've taken apart. I'm missing some parts. I'm missing all the paddle wheel parts from the 3 versions, but I opened another one, so I got 4. So I got a paddle wheel to power the water acquisition for the potions. So I'm building a potion shop. So that's kind of what I'm working on. I got a lot of pieces to choose from, so probably not going to use them all. So just a thought. So that's what we're working on tonight. No Larry tonight. He's celebrating his wife's birthday, so he's not here. Actually, I think I'm gonna change. I'll pull these out. Yes.
Trying to use all these pieces cleverly now.
Without just hiding them somewhere, huh?
Yeah. Well, I got to build my way up, and
Actually, yeah,
a lot of them are modified. So,
whoa, are you kidding me? Reddish brown strikes again.
oh,
You gotta be kidding me. All I did was pull a 1x1 round, brick, and the sucker just shatters. Just shatters on the bottom. I was like, I mean, if I didn't know better, it's probably gonna be bad saying this, but I think they're actually using shit to build with the reddish brown. I mean, it's obviously they're not using anything normal. I think they're using shit. Makes the most sense. I mean, God Almighty, that's terrible. I mean, it didn't. It's not like you pull it off any weird way. You just pull it off, and it should just. Now, granted, these sets are. I mean, does Lego age then that bad? Yeah. 2011. It's I guess 10 years. I guess is that at 10 years Lego starts to shatter. So you need to maybe they built that destructibility into it so that you have to buy more Lego. I guess.
Definitely the red brown, brittle brown.
Yeah,
that's what they should call it. Brett.
Guess I'll submit an order for a one by one round. Yeah, it broke on me, man. I can't explain it. That or they're going to have to start doing this like they did for some of these other guys instead of even having some of the tubes, just have the little notches or something, so you have less chance of breaking something on some stuff. But
oh my gosh, I guess I got to use these little shooter things, right?
Shooters! Like Shooter McGavin?
It's just little tiny 1x1 shooters.
God, I was hoping his hat wasn't so tall. I guess he's 5 tall, huh?
Get in there. I usually put them in first and then stud them down.
How many plates do I got? Can I plate over the door? That's kind of something I could maybe try. I do it with the clear plates. I got any? Door's not centered.
Oh. Could hide some parts in here. All right, working my way up.
God, only 1x1s are these guys. Oh, didn't want to do that. Brick separator. Brittle brown.
Doo-doo brown. I guess it could just, yeah.
I guess it could be worse. It could be broken some. Actually, it would have been better if it broke like one of these log pieces, one of these palisade bricks. I got freaking just boatloads of them. It would matter breaking one of those. One of those I can shake a stick at.
Oh.
Could do that, right?
All right, we're getting somewhere.
Getting somewhere. Getting somewhere.
Yeah. Should probably hide this and then just lock those down. Oh, there's that piece. That's pretty useless. Get rid of that. Haha. That actually looks kind of cool. We got one chain, Lego chain here. What do we do then? Probably thread it through the engine somehow.
Could have done it in clear. Yeah. Sorry. Figured I'd use some stuff I'm just got sitting around. I mean, I got clear for the castle, so this stuff just sits here. I mean, this is either build with it or it ends up getting, put in the collection. So no offense to the collection, but the collection's got a ton of stuff in it. So.
All right, chain.
Okay,
check.
Use all the plates I really wanted to save for this. Wow. I have to leave some gaps in here, I think, or perhaps.
I think I should raise that. Oh. I think I should lock that down a little better. That's probably a good idea. All right.
Well, that didn't sound good either.
We can put this here. And this here.
I forgot I had these.
Now, two of those. Do the guns count? Or harpoon guns. Oh, here's a steering wheel thing. I kind of already put something else in there. Ooh, and there's two of these. Could probably get the steering wheel on there.
I did have a couple more of those noodles. Oh, well. I see one. Oh, there's the other one.
Nice. Yeah, so it's a waste of time. Some awkward pieces left over here. Wish I had some jumpers. Not a single jumper in here.
Oh, you mean something like these guys here? This is what you need, some jumper plates?
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah, either one.
Here, I'll only pass it to the screen to you.
Or this way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I'm not supposed to add any parts for my collection.
Oh, I wasn't implying you cheat.
Oh, this thing. All right, that's what I need there. Need nope. Can't put that there.
Guess everybody's avoiding the streaming tonight because it's Friday the 13th, I guess, huh?
Oh man, should have promoted that. Could be the Ghost freaking talking stream.
You might be.
Are you superstitious, Reed?
No.
No.
Am I supposed to be?
Well, you're breaking a lot of brittle brown there, so because of the date.
That's not me. That's the brittle brown.
Dropped a 1x1 black. Oh, there it is. Fell on my lap.
Oh, that's where it was hiding, huh?
Where are we at? 2 hours 20. If I finish this thing in the stream, that'd be pretty amazing. I think I got a good, crazy looking vehicle. Let's put tile on there. Let's take that off again. Stay. Click. All right.
Okay, I need a fire pit.
How's that castle coming along?
My potion thing.
Oh, are you working on the potion shop? Okay,
Potion
cool.
room. It's got some windows on the end. It's got water. I forgot I need a fire pit for boiling the water. So I just could probably do that here.
Sounds good. Yeah, I was working on a potion shop on Z-Bricks, I believe it was, on the 72-hour stream last week, and put it inside my Roxxon tower, so it's more of a chemistry lab than a potion shop. Good place to put all your vials, and it's a good idea.
It's always funny because I'll put the, if they're having the light on in my storage, if this is sitting out, if this bin is sitting out in the dark,
yeah,
my spiders just sit and glow in the dark. I'll just look over like, what is that glowing in my storage room? And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the spiders.
bin of glowing parts. I ordered the Bone Demon from the Monkey Kid line. That's got a bunch of new glow-in-the-dark pieces. Should be pretty cool.
Again? God, come on.
Breaking stuff again.
I just tried lifting up stuff. Yeah, I freaking a 1x6 brown plate. Come on. Well, there goes that freaking build. That just went to hell in a handbasket pretty freaking quick. Oh my god. It just makes me laugh. Makes me just laugh. I guess I should feel happy. I've only broken, or I've actually only had a couple clear plates come broken. I mean, because I'm not breaking those. Come on. That sucks because that was one of the plates I was using, and I don't have any more plates to put in there. So I have to do this. God, every time I push on a reddish brown plate, it just sounds like it wants to break. This is terrible.
Let's see if I can cover this part up. Okay, got some of these. Oh,
Bubba's back. Welcome, Bubba, back.
Bubba. And this thing's crazy.
So I guess you did the first, or Chop did the first, you did the second, you did the third, and then I'm doing the fourth, I guess.
Potion shop.
I guess. These Technic pieces is the water, I guess. I'm not using it for anything else.
There we go.
I had that open too. Let me see if it's
Almost legal. That's one way to do that. Okay. Got 2 more. Oh, there's a couple big. Oh, okay. Look at that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Okay. Put these back here. Oh, I keep forgetting that. I should just take those off. Okay. Something like that. And like that. Oh, yeah. This has to go up here. Might still work. If I do this.
Okay, so let's see here. That's not going to work because of that clip. Boom.
Every single piece must be used. Trying to use every single piece here and getting down to it.
Don't I can use every piece on this build, I'll tell you that.
There's a piece. I could use that. Rebuild it to something else. Try to rebuild it to something else.
Yeah, so I'm using the blacksmith attack to do the potion.
Okay.
Potion shop. Potion. I mean, I'll have to use other stuff anyways because I don't have enough of the. I don't have any of the potion type kind of things in here, so.
Oh, I think a whole brick in the back here. Let's see. I got what? One of those and one of those. Too high.
So Bubba's deconstructing some Minecraft sets. The Illager raid. Yeah, I keep looking at the Minecraft sets, but I haven't bought any. So what's wild is they had both of these parts. Oh, the both parts I broke, they had available. I needed to replace. Oh, this is actually interesting too. You can kind of see that there's even a reddish brown even has some different shading. That's pretty wild. Let's see here. I thought that was going to work, but it's not. Buckets are 2.
Oh, I should put that there. Okay, I'll do that. Oh,
What?
I just keep breaking things. I gotta pinch and not press.
As long as you're not breaking the bricks, you're okay.
Yeah, it's just Nick is just adding little details and pressing them down into areas that are not too stable. I gotta get that back in there. There we go. One more of those. Let's not make the same mistake twice. All right. Getting down to it. I could have put this in there. Another. Oh, no, those are cylinders.
Or you could use these handles for These like the handles for the buckets. If you weren't using the bucket.
I don't like that as much as it. If we can get up under here too. Not anymore.
Did you say give it up?
No.
You just made it home.
What's up, Booge? Just kind of a quiet stream tonight.
Yeah, so we got music playing in the background, just kind of two of those left. Two.
All right. There's that. I didn't use the pins. Could I have put them somewhere? Probably could hide them inside the there. I should pin that together. Oh my gosh, the whole thing's gonna fall apart.
I used all those bricks. Now we have the 2. I can't believe that. I should have had 4. If I got a set that should have 4 of everything. Okay, there's 1. I have to use an individual on somewhere. I did. We will fix that. Is this? This. Okay, so let's go back to. It's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work the way I want it to work. Maybe.
Like a jigsaw puzzle trying to figure out where to sneak a part in.
Yeah. Dubstep music. Dubstep sport rock trailer, maybe. No.
Just should have probably put something there to hold that. Too late, I guess. I hit all the parts.
Huh?
I think I did it. We have a train alt build. Complete. This is all I have left. The minifigures and the scuba gear and the harpoon guns, right? So those go with the minifigs.
Yeah.
And what we have here is a detachable train. We have an engine now. We have the smoke spout now. It's on the front. We got the cow catcher thing here.
Yeah.
Fake wheels. Just weird stuff all in here for the engine.
Cool.
And then now you can kind of see that they kind of match with this piece on top. This one's got the Hydra guy in it, and it's just kind of a weird collection of parts that I threw together. It's got the red door, and really bad fake wheels.
Yeah.
But I was able to snap all the parts on there, and they connect like a train would. So I think we got it.
Cool.
Train alt build.
Yeah, I basically built a little bit of a potion shop using about 4 of those blacksmith shops. Roof tilts. We've got kind of some buckets in there. Water pit in the back with some, actually in the back here. Right here is the water. Actually, where's the water pit? Water pit's up there. Sorry. Flames coming out, heating it, and then I got a bunch of potions over here with there's a bunch of potions just kind of sitting in there. Just for the heck of it. It's got, obviously it's run by, it's got a, what do you call it? Water wheel out there. And then of course I just built them a nice recliner type thing, Just got some tools.
Man, he's really rocking it.
Yeah.
Where'd that voice come from?
Huh? Where'd what?
Where'd that voice come from?
Oh, he jumped in a minute ago.
Well, you were explaining your train.
He jumped in. So, yep, the night the night will feel a little bit more threatened now by this blacksmith now.
I was going to say, I'm not threatening nothing.
What do you think, Mike? This is for the TWINLUG alt build.
What did it start out being?
It's Red Skull submarine.
Wow, that is impressive.
It is now a train. And it had no wheels, so I had to make my own fake bogies there.
However, are those parts that you made the bogies out of part of the set?
It's part of that set. It's all part of that set. No extra.
Then you qualify. Because, the one rule was we couldn't use extra pieces.
Can't use extra pieces.
Yeah, you can't use anything that wasn't in the set that you chose to use.
Yeah, and all I got left is basically the minifigures and the scuba gear that can go on the minifigures. So.
Well, is it an underwater train?
It was a submarine. Now it's
something.
It's a train. I made it something else. That's the whole deal. That's why I have extra scuba gear. These guys could be attacking. I don't know. Could be going over a bridge over water, and I guess I'll put the harpoons in their hands, and then it's official. Could have used the harpoon somewhere in here too, probably, but there's a few little clip-on parts. Like there, maybe? Are you going to come to the meeting Sunday?
I would love to tell you that I would love to be there, but unfortunately, there's a basketball game that night, for one.
Okay.
And the wife would kill me. And the other thing is that we have a family member going off to college and leaves Monday morning. So the family has decided that they were going to have a send-off party.
Send-off to college party, okay.
She has been in college for 3 years, but has not been able to attend college because of Corona and other things. So,
oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
This is kind of the first time she's actually going away without, without anybody.
Okay.
And she's young still, and she doesn't know what she wants to do.
Don't know what you're getting into, kid.
Well, no, she's a great kid, but it's she's still like, should I be, what do I need? What am I supposed to be going to school for?
Oh, yeah.
Is this the right track? And, should I be doing something else?
What's your major?
What would be a good major for me? And if I do choose this method, is it a good method? A lot of people double guess themselves like constantly.
Yeah.
I don't think she's, she wants to be a zookeeper. So I don't know how that pays, but hey, whatever.
A zookeeper?
Yeah, she wants to work with wildlife and taking care of wounded animals. And I told her, I said, I think you should go maybe into law enforcement and become a DNR agent.
That might be kind of cool.
But either way, she is one of these generations of kids that are very intelligent, and they are going to do what they want to do, and whatever.
Yeah.
I truthfully believe that she is smart enough to do the right thing. It's just a matter of what does she think the right thing is. And, everybody stumbles and falls and then gets up and stumbles and falls again.
Pretty much.
I don't know any of us that have, woke up one day and decided exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And we went and did it, and we did it 100% perfect. I don't think that exists. I think I'm going to totally piss off these people.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hit the 3-hour mark with you here. I don't know what Reed's plans is for the rest of the Friday night, but
I don't know.
I got my train built. If you guys are going to craft, go ahead.
Yeah, we might. That's actually not a bad idea, actually.
Reed Craft? No way.
I thought maybe that's what Mike was hinting at.
You
Well,
know.
No, well, not exactly, but I am working on I am in my craft area, and I am currently working on, I have a farmhouse, a farmer, villager, and I'm relocating his farm, but he's going to get a little irritated because the house closest to his farm has to go. People that live in it are being evicted, but they don't really know what to do. Right now, they're asleep in bed because it's nighttime, so I'm walking on their bodies. But the roof down.
Yeah. So I built a troll warship tonight, and then I did that
Custom potion shop. So I was gonna build 2 troll warships, but I'm missing the hull pieces. I think I know where they're at, but they're in they're in an unfinished project out in storage somewhere. That's the key. Somewhere. I don't know where, but they're somewhere.
The funniness about all of it is that I have this dumb character standing in this house. He refuses to get out of the house.
Sounds like Minecraft.
Okay, it'll only be a matter of a little bit more time before I completely make it where he has to leave because I'm going to take his bed out.
Well,
Jesse, you never play Minecraft? You never get into it?
nope.
You know, I find it being much like Lego. That's that you can kind of... I use it a lot of times just to kind of lay out something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night, Juju.
Good night, dude. And once you're done laying it out, you can kind of play with it in your head to see, is this really what you want to do? It doesn't have the exact same Lego pieces, but...
Yeah. No, I get the building and the crafting. I mean, I played a couple hours or something. I don't know where I had it, but I tried it way long ago when it was first kind of coming out.
No. Hey, Gary, welcome from Ireland.
Gary.
This batch of cheese curds didn't taste very good.
Found another piece.
Every once in a while you get a bag of cheese curds or a bag of pretzels or something that just tastes off.
Well, I mean, I saw them. Well, actually, you know, these probably won't taste bad. These will taste pretty good. They should still. I hope they came fresh off the line Thursday. Mrs. Fisher's potato chips down in Rockford.
All right, if you guys don't want to move, I'm just going to take your beds out from underneath you.
So what are you going to do, Jesse? You pretty much done for the night, or?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm going to take a break, get off this chair, and put this away.
Yeah, I was really planning on being at the museum on Sunday, but the wife outranked me.
Yeah, next time maybe. It's definitely easy access for you.
Well, and I've always intended to come out to the museum and see what I'm not trying to say what it's all about, but
yeah,
kind of see what's there.
See the layout.
Because so many people have said, "Oh, it's so cool," and this and that. And of course, I jive with trains and Lego and whatever, and I'm like, I love trains. I mean, I really do. So I should get off my duff and
Give it a try. Yeah, if you get over there, it's easy to get to, easy free parking right up front, and looking forward to hosting you guys. So we'll see you another time.
all right, man.
Later.
So
you're always a good guy, man.
Thanks, Mike.
you're out, Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night. We'll catch you next week.
All right. See you next week.
All good. Okay, I'm gonna teleport to the teleport to the tower. Oh, let's see. Actually, what I should have done, I know what I need to do. Let's see here. Teleport 5. Here's my tower. Wow. And the purple does spell hope.
Did you hear what what's his name did?
What?
Did you hear what what's his name did?
What? Who?
Oh, I can't remember if it was Bubba or who it was that made they copied.
So, for those who don't know, that's the skyscraper in Minecraft. It started at 40 blocks. By 40 blocks, it goes to about 250 something. I mean, it probably goes to about 2. I mean, the roof goes to like 246. There's a pillar that goes all the way up to 256. So, but now I mean, that's the outside's done. Now I got to do all the floors and add some tinted windows so that there's more lighting inside the castle because it's pretty dark in the upper floors up there. So that's what I've been working on the last couple weeks for anybody who's. And then there's a little governor's mansion next to it. Built out of obsidian right now. So that's what we've been doing. Crap. Coughing now. Well, the rest of the stream for did the viewership just drop to 0? It must have.
Did it?
My StreamYard shows that, so we're just going to end the live portion. Everybody have a great night. See everybody next week, because obviously nobody wants to watch us craft, obviously, at 10 o'clock at night. So I'll end the live portion.